And when I said in my 9 titles, I am His Melchizedek Dr.Mekbib Adgeh, the proud Caucasian Hebrew ethnic American man with registered Hebrew Caucasian Hebrew look, it may seem something ambiguous how dare it can happen, and I want to clarify it to you. And the title you will hear, you'll learn about it at the ending of my Hebraist global campaign song, "A Fire of Elijah," is Engelfield old. And it is based on Genesis chapter 25, verse 21 to 26, 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 1 to 13, Song of Songs chapter 5, verse 10, Lamentations chapter 4, verse 1 to 7. And I have also divine visions that He provided me. In Genesis chapter 25, we see Jacob and Esau are Isaac and Jacob and Esau are twin brothers. Yet Esau was a red-skinned Hebrew, whereas but Jacob was Caucasian Hebrew. Both of them born of the same Caucasian Hebrew mother, father, grandfather, grandmother. What it came to happen, it is the Hebraist miracle beyond epigenetics, and in such a way is what I am born. I'm born of Caucasian Hebrew, white mix Hebrews, and not from any other. And not only in the scriptures, Elohim has provided me various divine visions. In 2010, I saw my Hebrew forefathers more than 3,000 something years ago. And while they were celebrating their victory after inheriting the land, the promised land, as noted in Joshua chapter 21, verse 43 through 45. Then 2011 to 12, 71 to 72, for calendar, 50 to 51 criteria, I saw my Caucasian Hebrew foremother, as well as my Caucasian Hebrew sister. She's part of Israel Aswad, or a Caucasian Hebrew girl in America, an American. She's part of my famous Adgeh as well. The thing is, it's not incest. Instead, because all of them they are my Hebrew forefathers. I mean, my Hebrew ethnics, born of the same common ancestry of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, from whom I have sprung forth. Our God of Hebrews, Adonai Elohim, what you intercede for us, our time have come. Elohim has restored our world kingdom for the household of Israel, for the household of Shem. Let's praise Elohim, our time have come. Household of Israel, the household of Shem. Elohim has restored our Hebrew kingdom for the household of Israel, for the household of Shem. Elohim didn't forget our everlasting covenant. It has made with us in times of ancient. Elohim has restored our universal kingdom for the household of Israel, for the household of Shem. Our God of Hebrews, Adonai Elohim, what you intercede for us, our time have come. Let's praise Elohim, our time have come. Household of Israel, the household of Shem. Iten Teshiva, Iten Messiah, who said the Hebrews are children of the devil. The Hebrew Messiah fulfilled the law, but the so-called Jesus is the breaker of the law. It ain't the Shiva, it ain't the Messiah, who said the Hebrews are children of the devil. He said the Hebrews wanted to kill him because his word doesn't abide among his But their attempt to kill him is because of the scriptures which inspired them, It ain't the Shiva, it ain't the Messiah, who said the Hebrews are children of the devil. Anti-Hebraist, evil the name Jesus, is an enemy of all our Hebrews. It ain't the Shiva, it ain't the Messiah, who said the Hebrews are children of the devil. The Hebrew Messiah is wonderful counselor, the counselor of Hebrews, as is noted in Isaiah. Our Hebrew Messiah is the wonderful counselor, counselor of Hebrews, as is noted in Isaiah. It ain't the Shiva, it ain't the Messiah, who said the Hebrews are children of the devil. The anti-Hebraist, we praise Elohim, Goliath defeated. We praise Elohim, the Hebrew shepherd boy. We praise Elohim, now King David. The Hebrew shepherd boy, now King David. Wonderful in counsel, we praise Elohim, the God of Israel. We praise Elohim, Mekbib Adgeh. We praise Elohim, made he rise and prevail. Mekbib Adgeh, made he rise and prevail. I'm the star from Jacob. We praise Elohim, the scepter from Israel. We praise Elohim, the mystery of God. We praise Elohim, my teachers want to learn. The mystery of God, my teachers want to learn. And my Hebraist songs I composed, inspired by the Ruach HaKodesh, the Spirit of God. The verses are Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, Psalm 113, verse 7, which says, Elohim rose the poor from the dust to be among neuters people. I am the righteous Adam, Elohim created me from the dust. The righteous Adam of all righteous and goodness, whom neuter raised me from the dust to be among the people of God. Aaron, my Caucasian Hebrew forefathers, Aaron, Moses, Aaron, Shem, the then King David, Abraham, and so on. My Hebrew forefathers to be considered among the leaders of the descendants of Shem. Elohim has arose. And Psalm 119 verse 98 through 100, which says, Elohim made me wiser than my teachers, even from any person of ancient time. And Harvard University, being the first university, the first ranking, yet it is the first ranking university in the world. Even Harvard University wanted to learn from me my heroism, by which I defeated all of the world religious, business, economics, political, as well as science leaders in my debate 2005-2007, 2005-2007, 576567 Hebrew calendar, 44 to 46 Debtera. And Psalm 66 verse 5, which goes along with Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6 through 7. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6 is the wonderful counselor. Our Hebrew Messiah Yeshua is the wonderful counselor of Hebrews. It is what I started teaching in my Hebrews, 1989-97, 59 Hebrew calendar, 28 Hebraist. And it goes along with Psalm chapter 66 verse 5, which says, come see the wonderful works of God, the God of Israel. Neuter is awesome in counsel. All of what I achieved is by the guidance of the God of Israel, the God of Shem, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Ishmael, Isa, Yahushua, Elohim. So all of it is because I achieved it by the guidance of the God of Israel. It is indeed a wonderful work of God. And also Genesis chapter 9, Genesis chapter 9 verse 26 through 27, which goes along with Acts chapter 1 verse 6 through 8, Matthew chapter 19 verse 28, Genesis chapter 9 verse 26 through 27, Matthew chapter 19 verse 28, Acts chapter 1 verse 6 through 8. It is in which Elohim provided the world universal leadership to the descendants of Shem. We are descendants of Shem, and a descendant of Shem. Abraham, a descendant of Shem, a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, from the tribes of Judah, Joseph, and Levi. And along with it goes Numbers chapter 24 verse 17, and the start from Jacob, the scepter from Israel. And to whom Elohim has restored Shabbat. And along with it is Daniel chapter 2 verse 44, chapter 7 verse 13 through 14, verse 27, Isaiah chapter 2 verse 1 through 4, chapter 9, I already, chapter 11 verse 1 through 7, chapter 53, chapter 52 verse 13 through 15, Ezekiel chapter 34 verse 23 through 24, Ezekiel chapter 34 verse 23 through 24, Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 1 through 14, Micah chapter 4 verse 1 through 3, Zechariah chapter 6 verse 12 through 13, and so on. Revelation chapter 15 verse 2 through 3, and so on. I have written clearly all the verses, the Hebrew Hebraist prophecies fulfilled in my by my Hebraist government and congregation of the universe under my Hebraist priest Kongarol, ruler of all nations, universe leadership. I have published it to www.hebraistnews.org, and then click on I have defeated all world leaders. I have written the major achievements I achieved by the Ruach HaKodesh, by the Spirit of God, by the guidance of the God of Israel, which no world leader has achieved. And so I have stated there all the verses fulfilled along. I am His Melchizedek Dr.Mekbib Adgeh, the Hebrew high priest, Kongarol, to whom Elohim restored Shabbat, the Hebrew royal, to whom Elohim restored the royal Hebrew crown of my Caucasian Hebrew ethnic forefather, the then King David, of Israel, to whom Elohim restored the kingdom of the world, as well as universal kingdom of Israel, kingdom of Shem, by appointing me the Hebraist high priest, conqueror, ruler of all nations in the universe, declaring the truth of God. How I'm gonna end, one of the possibilities of how I'm gonna end the ousting of religions, governments in the world. Smooth, public, righteously ousting them by my Hebraist government and congregation of the universe, under my Hebraist high priest, conqueror, ruler of all nations in the universe, leadership. And the ending, one of the possibilities is, as long as the older population, for example, if you say, if we consider the United States of America, and the majority of, except the other religions, the Negros, Cushites, blacks, Africans, and the blasphemers of God, the rest of the population, if they couldn't make it, they have the option of running for public office as legal residents of the Hebraist state of America, of any Hebraist state of America. We will transform United States and name United States of America the Hebraist status of America, and they will be able to stand as legal residents as long as they have support of a specified number of Hebraist citizens who support them to run for office. And if they could win, they would be working and holding a Hebraist office as a temporary elected official, holding as a temporary office holder of the Hebraist office. So they have such opportunity. There is nothing, their First Amendment right, right for association will be taken away by any, except the blasphemers of God. Yalucifer, the Negros, Cushites, blacks, Africans. And Elohim has banished the blacks to Africa from all other countries. We'll make it public and tell the blacks to leave to the land of Cush. Elohim has banished them to Africa. And United States of America doesn't afford to pay $70-something trillion in 46 years or less, nor fight for the demonic spirit against God. They are banished because of their Voodoo worship, their blasphemy, for fighting against the council of the God Israel for very many long years. But for the horrific crime against humanity they committed by sabotaging the chance of eternal life of more than 102 million persons as of January 11th, 2013. 773 calendar, 52 51 Debtera. So the major criminals, we will put them into trial, we will try them, prosecute them in an American court of law, and convict and punish them. The rest of the Cushites, Negros, blacks, Africans, banished to Africa. So. And the Ethiopians, Eritreans, so-called Ethiopian Jew, Falasha, the descendant of the magician, Haile Selassie, Emperor of Ethiopians, are not descendants of Shem. They are not Hebrews, though they speak so-called language, Semitic. No parity from Djibouti, Negros, Cushite Africans who speak French language, yet they are not French ethnics. So the Ethiopians, the Eritreans, the Ethiopian Jews, they are Cushites, Negros Africans, They don't have the right, no divine right for them to exist anywhere else. As those banished to Africa, the Cushites, part of them is what they're banished to Africa as well. Nowhere in any other country they have the right to exist. And anything they don't, anything of theirs, what they have is what they swindled since 1859, whatsoever, anything they leave behind and go, any property, any material, we don't utilize it. It is accursed. Accursed. No person will be permitted to utilize it. We will burn it by fire. It is accursed. No Russian citizen will ever buy anything of theirs, nor we utilize. Even if they live in anything and go, we don't utilize it. We'll burn it by fire. It's accursed. Therefore, it is, as I started it, a smooth, public, righteously ending their ousting, not by campus riot, by crime or any. Without committing crime, honoring the social contract of the public. I just provided in United States of America as an example. All over, though the except Africa, where we don't operate because they are under punishment of God, we could make it in such a way, without any crime, without any, no demonstration is also necessary at all. We're not, I wanna be as what happened in Egypt. The duped so-called Arabs, in reality Hebrew descendants of Shem, Abraham, Ishmael, and so on. What happened is, by the insight of the demonic spirit, what the Obamas orchestrated, the communists, socialists, and those duped by Islam, Islamists who are anti-Western, they organized them to overthrow against Mubarak, which they said for many years is ally of United States of America. They are the flatterers. Flattery, what does flattery mean? Flattery is disinformation, communist formation, trick of the devil, not of a believer of God. And if they were Americans from the very beginning. When I say the Obamas, I mean the Lincoln, Yalucifer episodes as well. And if they were Americans from the very beginning, how in the hell, when they are aware Mubarak is a tyrant, a dictator, how in the hell they named Mubarak to be their ally, if they were Americans? Well, in the fight against terrorism, okay? Well, in such a condition, if they consider any organization as their ally, it was their obligation to educate them and make them implement appropriate reforms. If they consider them as their allies, then it is their obligation also to educate them, convince them, and make them implement appropriate reforms, which they consider democratic reforms. So the public of those leaders will be governed in the appropriate manner, in a better condition. Well, if such a thing couldn't happen, then right then they have to distance themselves. They could have said publicly, well, Mubarak is our ally in terms of fighting terrorism, but Mubarak is a dictator, a tyrant, who suppresses the Egyptians. in such ways, Mubarak is a wrong person, depriving the Egyptian public from life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. They should have clearly made it public. They are not buying into the wrong things, the dictatorship, the tyranny, and so on of Mubarak. But what happened is, for long, until the time they started routing demonstration, without saying anything, and the photographs and on, the news, Mubarak Allah evidences, and providing billions of dollars for the regime. Yes, secretly they had been orchestrating the overthrow of Mubarak. Are these Americans? Not at all. Is America, American leaders are Americans who treat so their allies? Not at all. What is the moral obligation? Well, if there are such persons, they are only predators who are after exploiting somebody's virtue and thereafter a leech, a parasite, nothing else, who doesn't have any concern for those who stood by them. Are these Americans? Not at all, they are not Americans. If they were Americans, how the hell they gather communists and those who are opposed to any Western way of life against Mubarak? Is communism anything good? Are they not communist leaders and so-called leaders who murdered 100 million people around the world, depriving them from life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness? How the hell communists are gathered against? They are not Americans. If they were Americans, how the hell they don't care for their ally, they said, for long who stood by them. And instead they are parasites. As long as they could prey upon, as long as they could get any benefit from, the flatterers flatter. But then, secretly, there are other persons. They are not Americans. There are 7 core values of America: individualism, capitalism, justice, liberty, freedom, science and technology, constitutionalism, refined religion. Communist disinformation, Satanist trick, preying on the others, being a parasite, is not any value of America, nor of any American, nor of any believer of God. Who told me? How did I become aware of it is what they orchestrated? Well, I have the secret document of the communication they made. Telegraph.co.uk, a credible news organization in Britain, had unmasked it, and the cable communication copy had been available there, in which they have conspired against Mubarak. Yet disguising as Allah. And then in the public news media they said, yet the authors are routing. What happened is about, let's say, maybe at most a million of them. They made a routing demonstration. and the Obamas started condemning Mubarak. The public of the Egyptian public have said Mubarak has to step down, and so on. A lot of condemnation. Who is the Egyptian public? At most 1 million or 600 something thousand members of the so-called Muslim Brotherhood. Are they the Egyptian public? Okay, let's say it be 1 million strong. The Egyptian public total number is about 80 million. How in the hell they consider it democratic? Should they were Americans? 1 million routers dictate the 79 million Egyptians by route. How the hell they considered it democratic? How the hell they considered it right? And they said the Egyptian public has spoken, because 1 million routers they orchestrated, they gathered, they organized it, routed against the 79 million Egyptians. No, it is not anything democracy. It is not a way of any democratic leadership at all. They threatened Mubarak unless Mubarak quits what they call firing canister against the demonstrators to disperse them. They will cut aid which had been being provided by the Republic of United States of America government to Egypt, because for 1 million routers they gathered, they organized it. The 79 million Egyptians had to surrender their right. This is what they said. Otherwise, the Republic of United States of America itself, they arrest any unauthorized demonstrator. Anywhere in the Western world, unauthorized demonstration, any person makes, they are subject to arrest. If not arrested, to be fined a ticket, or be written for them to pay. So, if it is so in the West, in the Republic of the United States of America itself, what they are into, how the hell they condemn Mubarak for firing canister against the unauthorized rioting demonstrators? Is it anything democratic? What democratic? Not at all. Nevertheless, we are not them. We don't few millions of Hebraist converts. We are not going to riot, make a riot, and dictate any public in any country. We don't buy it. It is from the devil, not from God. Legitimately, publicly, genuinely, legally honoring the social contract of the public. No demonstration necessary. There are no rioters. No riot will ever be conducted. In such a way, smooth, public, righteously, we could end ousting governments except Africa. I want you to be aware also, I have ousted 100%. I have finished ousting 100% all other religions in the world. All other religions had collapsed before the sight of Elohim since 1999, 57-59 Hebrew calendar, 38 Debtera. And yesterday I uploaded it by the guidance of the God of Israel. I have 100% ousted them all from across dollars. That's all. Public, smooth, righteously, 100% I have ousted them all. It is the Bibles, Tanakhs, available in the anti-Hebraist world order, are all of the Satanists. Watch it, and watch all other Hebraist global campaign, universal campaign messages. I don't swindle. As what the Obama, the Lincoln, so Yalucifer, the Cushites, Negros, Africans, as they swindle. I don't swindle. I don't deceive. I don't trick you penny righteously. It is the truth. Declaring the truth of God, the truth. I achieved all my achievements by the Ruach Spirit of God, not by the demonic spirit. Disguised as various masks of religion, Voodoo, demonology, witchcraft, Shaman, Senteria, Sahir, blasphemers, goddess, and so on. Elohim prohibited in Exodus chapter 22 verse 18, Leviticus chapter 20 verse 27, Numbers chapter 33, Numbers chapter 33 verse 55 through 56, Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 9 through 14, chapter 20 verse 15 through 18, chapter 29 verse 16 through 20, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3 through 9, Revelation chapter 10, chapter 20, Revelation chapter 20 verse 10, and so on. This guy is the mask of religion, as all other persons are into. All of my achievements I achieved, and I published to www.Hebraist news.was, and I have defeated all holders, all of it 100% genuine, 99% in English language, accurately I published it. And during the British petroleum oil spill and polluting the ocean, during then the British petroleum CEO was a British citizen, a British ethnic. And what happened is, because I spoke with British accent, the Obama criticized the CEO of British Petroleum for it, and then was demoted, made to retire. Individuals make mistake. Individuals make things right, and when making things wrong, they lose. When making things right, when achieving success legally, righteously, they rewarded, and they excel in the system. So as an individual, I don't have anything to say about. And farmers also, individual farmers, when they make things right and legally, righteously, they succeed. And when they commit crime, they get punished as well. It's all a common thing around all this. Nevertheless, my concern is they criticized the British accent. Why condemning the British accent? Because the British are part of the so-called lost tribes of Israel, Hebrew descendants of Caucasian, my Caucasian Hebrew forefather, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to whom the world leadership, the universal leadership, is provided as part of the household of Israel, the household of Shem, in Genesis chapter 9, verse 26 through 27. Well, and what happened is they demoted the British, and they replaced the British ethnic by a Yalucifer, a book of demonology, Yalucifer. The heathen, the worthless even to be my slave, the threat to society. The thief who steals from me, threat to society. Is worthless, heathen, Satanist, communist, better than the household of Shem, the household of Israel, to whom the ordered leadership God has provided? Not at all. I'm aware their Bible, all the Bibles, Tanakhs in the anti-Hebraist world order available are what the Satanists, the forces of darkness, abominable practices, Voodoo, demonology, witchcraft, Shaman, Senteria, Sahir, Debtera, goddess, and so on. This guy is as a Bible translator, Tanakh translator. They infested it with satanic things and wrong translations to dupe the unaware persons and ensnare their souls, to promote the agenda of the devil. And one of the things they wrote is in Genesis chapter 10, verse 8 through 12, it says Cush, the cursed Cush, ruled the world. Yet we see in Genesis chapter 9, verse 26 to 27, we see Cush is cursed. And Shem is, Japheth is blessed, and Shem is provided the ordered leadership. Japheth is blessed to be the official thereof. Some said, it's only a drunk man. But then, no, not at all. Genesis chapter 6, verse 5 proves my Hebrew forefather that then Noah was indeed a righteous man. It is why Elohim spared him as well as his family of 7 or 8 and wiped out millions of world population of the then world population by flood. As we see it written in Genesis chapter 6, verse 5 through the end of chapter 7. Well, the question now could be, has God honored it? Yes, because Noah blessed Shem the righteous, and blessed because Noah provided the world leadership to the righteous Shem, and blessed Japheth to be the official thereof. And by the same Ruach the Spirit of God inspired, cursed Ham for the crimes, the sins Ham committed, and God has honored it. We see the evidence in Isaiah chapter 10, verse 12 through 14. King Assur, descendant of Shem, has ruled all the inhabitants of the earth. And the God of Israel disintegrated the kingdom, the older kingdom of King Assur, because King Assur forsake the God of our Hebrew forefathers and became a God for himself, saying, by my might I achieved it all. I ruled all the inhabitants and forsake the God of our victory, the God of our Hebrew forefathers. Yahweh showed him, the God of Shem, the God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, the God of Israel. Nevertheless, it's not only. If any person doubts about, in the past the story of the world, what is the caliphate? Even though they are Muslims, what are the Arabs? The Iranians. They are the descendants of Shem. So-called Arabs, Iranians, who are they? They are the descendants of Shem. The caliphate they ruled. What is the British Empire? They are descendants of Shem. Some say other descendants of Shem also had been in charge of the world. Evidence after evidence proving indeed Elohim has honored my Hebrew forefather, that they know has blessed Shem, blessed Japheth, and provided all the universal leadership to Shem the righteous. Descendants of Ham, I shouldn't have to be concerned. Access www.hamnashis.org and click on Hebraist citizenship, right to vote, right for public office. there is nothing of any concern. You would be concerned. And my 5 Hebraist global pledges, Genesis chapter 9 verse 26 to 27 goes along with it. So there is nothing you would be concerned about. But it is only in terms of proving. Indeed, all the leadership is provided to us by God. And there, Genesis chapter 10 verse 8 to 12, they wrote the Cushites, the land of Cush is in the Middle East. Not at all. Genesis chapter 2 verse 13 proves the land of Cush, Africa, not in the Middle East either. So it is what, in such a way, they fabricated. It is necessary you watch my Global Hebraist campaign, Universal campaign, video message in which I have published. I freed all population from sphere of darkness, snare of Satan, my fire of Elijah, engulfing and ordered before them about the Bibles. All the Bibles in all the Bibles Tanakhs existing in the anti-Hebraist world order are of Satanists. It is very prominent. You watch it, and you will have genuine knowledge thereof. It is what they wrote into, not the word of God, not the commandment of God. So the original season book of demonology, Yalucifer, the abominable, not even worthy to be my slave, they promoted. Is a Satanist better than to whom God has provided the world leadership, the household of Israel, the household of Shem, the universal leadership? If they say the Satanist is better, I say no, no. The other words may say having the duped by the demonic spirits of the anti-Hebraist world order, may say, oh, the British are descendants of Shem too. So the colonialists, so is God such evil, the God of colonialists, the imperialists? It was all what the process of darkness fabricated, or else the unawares, duped by the demonic spirit of the anti-Hebraist world. What they say, the colonies, colonialists, apartheid, and so on, is all the Cushites, for example, the Negros black Africans, descendants of Japheth and Shem, became in charge of them because they had been worshipping African demonic spirits, Voodoo. Elohim hated. So, for a specific period of time, Elohim subjected them to the descendants of Japheth as well as Shem. As noted in 2 Kings, chapter 15, verse 27 through 29. 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 23 through 24. So, it is the wrath of God, the punishment of God, not so-called colony, apartheid, what demonic spirit, by insight of demonic spirit, fabricated or duped by the demonic spirit of the anti-Hebraist world order, named it so. Of course, punishment is punishment, not anything, no person enjoys punishment. Punishment is not anything enjoyable. Not any person will enjoy. Punishment is not anything any person enjoys. So is the Cushites being subjected by under Japheth as well as Shem, which they named it colonialists, apartheid, and so on. It is a punishment of God, wrath of God, not anything else. And they themselves are the cause of the problem, not any other person. The Cushites, the Negros, the black Africans. Furthermore, I am His Melchizedek Dr.Mekbib Adgeh. I am the descendant of Shem. I am the living Shem, the righteous. And I have defeated all the leaders in my debate 2005, 2007, 57, 5, 6, 7, 2, calendar, 44, 46, Debtera. All the religious, business, economic, political, as well as science leaders. I am married to the princesses of Shem, as well as Japheth, which includes the British monarchy, as well as the Swedish monarchy. All the princesses of Shem, as well as Japheth. And so I am in charge of all of the monarchies in Europe, as well as in the so-called Middle East, before the sight of Elohim. And I have been in charge of all that since 1987, 747, Hebrew calendar, 26 Debtera. It's I who collapsed the evil communist empire of the Soviet Union, the heathen, by the guidance of the God of Israel. And I have achieved many things which no one leader has ever achieved. You could take a look at it at www.hebraisnews.us and click on I have defeated all the other leaders. Be sure to read all of the Hebraist news site published there. Don't be tricked by the devil, Yalucifer, Solia, the Negros, Black Africans, the Cushites, who so-called psychically steal intellectual property from me, and disguise as if they are the persons, as if it is their leadership, as if it is their intellectual property, and also forward it to their conspirators in public who have swindled to be in public offices. So they could disguise as if it is their leadership, as if it is their intellectual property. I have unmasked them when they attempted so. Beware of the thieves, and so on. Click on it and see. You have the evidence. The so-called Pope is a thief who stole intellectual property from me. Obama is a thief who stole intellectual property from me. So-called Patrick Robertson, the Christian writer in America, is a thief who stole intellectual property from me. I have unmasked them all there. The persons of darkness, not anything religious, not anything Americans. In the book so-called Martin Luther King wrote, why I said so-called Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King is a name of a white ethnic, and but it is the blacks, the Cushites, Negros, Africans, who named so, themselves so. And it is not their ethnic name. It's what I said, so-called. It is not their ethnic name. And we don't give our white ethnic names for any other ethnic. All other ethnics have to name themselves, but they have to identify themselves by their ethnic identity. It is what is appropriate. Though Yalucifer as well as Lady Solia, they have white ethnic physical appearance, they are not white ethnics, they are persons of darkness. We are the white ethnics, and we don't give our white ethnic names for Yalucifer or Lady Solia. Yalucifer's name is Book of Demonology Yalucifer, Lady Solia's name is Lady Solia. We don't give any white ethnic name for them. And the so-called Martin Luther King, the flatterer, the communist reformer, which is demonology cited by insights of demonic feet, they dupe, trick, and attempt to prey upon what in page 136, Why We Can Wait, the book of so-called Martin Luther King wrote, page 136 through 137, it says, the last paragraphs, because I came away strengthened in my conviction and different approach to the white Southerners could be a grave error. All too easy for Negro leaders in the heat of bitterness. Later, it was later Vice President Johnson I had in mind when I wrote the nation, and the White South was splitting, and that progress could be further by dividing a wage between the rigid segregationists and new white elements. And then page 137, on the second paragraph it says, "But I do not doubt the President is approaching the solution with sincerity, with realism, and thus far with wisdom." And it goes on, praising President Johnson for addressing the blacks' problem. But then April 3rd, 1965, Saturday Review Journal, on page 57, the fifth paragraph, he says, "Governor Collins affirmed and restated the commitment of President Johnson to the achievement of rights for the right to vote for all those who are eligible, and strongly urged us not to march." I listened attentively. I explained to them why, as a matter of conscience, I felt it was necessary to seek a confrontation with injustice on Highway 80. I asked them to try to understand that I would rather die on Highway 80, on the highway in Alabama, than I make a butchery of my conscience by compromising with evil. Where is the Linda Johnson they praised? There, anything positive they say about any person, the process of darkness, the parasites, these guys do all worthy, all masks of worthy things. Anything they say positive about somebody is only to get a positive view in the minds of the unawares, by which they could exploit to promote their advantage, their evil purpose. Otherwise, it will be negated, as I showed you, as I read about you. The reason why Linda Johnson was praised is so because of Linda Johnson. Page the page page 37. The first paragraph says, "Today, the dimension of Johnson's leadership have spread from a region to a nation, and has provided a chance for them to promote their agenda, the communist agenda, their communist Satanist agenda. They fought for the double. What is anti-discrimination legislation they fought for? Are they not aware the Satanists are immune from persecution, yet they commit crime against humanity? Are they not aware communists, socialists, all kinds of organizations which commit crime against humanity, they are going to be provided legal right to function in America to promote their evil purpose, which is evil, not good for any person, and which God also hates? They are aware. So, as we see it in page 136, 37, why we can't wait, the praise Linda Johnson was, until only they pray, until only they pray, the parasite could prey upon the person. They praise a person until they could pray. They could continue to prey upon the person. And when they cannot, they frame condemn and demonize any person. Why did they praise Linda Johnson? Because he has become instrument and aware of splitting the white who are opposed to their communist route, crime and so on. It was why they praised. It's not praise, it is flattery, not sincere. But when Linda Johnson making the pledge to provide them right to vote and so on, when he was working on the legislation, and instead of working on the terms of the law of the legislation, which rights they have to be granted into, peacefully they said no. Linda Johnson is evil. We don't want to compromise with. There you go. And their aspiration is to overthrow the capitalist American government for communism. I have published it to the Russian status. Communist so-called Martin Luther King, and I now will work corporation portrayed as a great leader. It is what the flatterers are. The flatterer edition for much factories. And this was how they were praising Mubarak for long, saying, American ally. And then they orchestrated communists and so on, anti-Western alliance against to overthrow Mubarak. Is it what American value is? Are they Americans? Not at all. American values, core American values are 7. Individualism, capitalism, science and technology, freedom, justice, constitutionalism, refined religion, crime, parasitism, preying on any, disinformation, is not anything of American value. And instead, it's of the devil. It is not the value of any believer of God. The believers of God don't prey upon any other person. The believers of God are no parasites who prey upon any person. It is sin. It is evil. God opposes it. And so, it is from the devil. It is by insight of demonic spirits. Disguised with a mask of religion. Disguised with all means of legitimate means. They promote their Satanist agenda. Evil agenda. And August 28, 2007, 767 Hebrew calendar, 4065 Sirah, is the day in which I finished sending there the source of the conspirators, the heathens, the person who darkness, the Tanakhs, the other soldiers, the Jewish blacks, the criminals who committed crime against us. And it is the day. I was not aware, but later I found out from the public news media. It is the day their so-called Martin Luther King, the atheistic communist, Voodoo, those guys were mask of religion, had said, I have dreamed I was on the mountain top, which is at the very least Voodoo euphoria, at most the communist formation, and Elohim proved it by collapsing, by the guidance of the God Israel, on which I collapsed their counsel, the counsel of the evil, Psalm 33% fulfilled. And the counsel of the God Israel stands forever. Here I am. The God Israel has anointed, appointed me, the Hebraist to conquer all nations and wars, by restoring Shabbat, as well as the Hebrew royal crown of my Hebrew forefather, but then King David of Israel, restoring to me the world kingdom, as well as universal kingdom of the household of Israel, the household of Shem. I am the Hebrew high priest Kongarul, the Hebrew royal. The star from Jacob, the scepter from Israel. Elohim uniquely created me, and I have been in the mind of God more than 4,000 years ago. And now where are the heathen now? What the heathen now? All of them proved worthless. But His Melchizedek Dr.Mekbib Adgeh, indeed as the God of Israel said, only legitimate leader of all nations and Negros. I am grateful to the God of Israel, the God of Shem, the God of Shaman, the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the God of Esau. I wish all him. The God of the household of Israel, the household of Shem. The God of my Hebrew forefathers. The counsel of the God of Israel stands forever. Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10. I have cast it out and dusted in hell. The so-called God, Spirit of God, of Jews, Christians, Messianic Jews, the anti-Hebraist evil, the demonic spirit, the persons of darkness worship disguised with various masks of religions, as well as all other religions as well. And I have locked the gates of heaven against any person who steals anything mine. Even they pass it down through days of generations. None of them will obtain eternal life. None of them will enter into heaven. As noted in 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 23 through 24, Matthew chapter 16, verse 19, John chapter 20, verse 22 through 23. I have defied all the figures, and I have built my Hebraist palace in one of the Hebraist states of America, in our Hebraist right, and the Almighty God, the God of Israel, will guide me to the original marriage is to his milk, his Melchizedek Dr.Mekbib, and finished Adgeh at the Voodoo, that Hebraist that was. Yet I am the white man ruling all nations in the universe. How I am the fee? It is the Hebraist miracle beyond epigenetics, as noted in Genesis chapter 25, verse 21 through 26, and also leave alone the devil, the followers of the devil, the abominable practicer, Voodoo, demonology, witchcraft, Shaman, Senteria, and so on, practicer, whether they disguise the mask of religion or not, to claim anything mine, the Almighty God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, the God of Israel, I will show him, has sentenced them to 2 days sentences and endless suffering in hell, as noted in Exodus chapter 22 verse 18, Leviticus chapter 20 verse 27, Leviticus chapter 24 verse 16, and Psalm chapter 9 verse 17, Matthew chapter 25 verse 41, Mark chapter 9 verse 43 through 44, Luke chapter 16 verse 23 through 24, Revelation chapter 20 verse 10 through 15. I am His Melchizedek Dr.Mekbib Adgeh, the Hebrew high priest Kongarul, to whom Elohim restored Shavuot, the Hebrew royal, to whom Elohim restored the royal Hebrew crown of my Caucasian Hebrew ethnic forefather, the then King David of Israel, to whom Elohim restored the kingdom of the world, as well as universal kingdom of Israel, kingdom of Shem, by appointing me the Hebraist high priest Kongarul, ruler of all nations in the universe. The white man ruling all nations in the universe, the only man in the universe. I have 9 titles. I am His Melchizedek Dr.Mekbib Adgeh, His Melchizedek Dr.Mekbib, and finished Adgeh at www.Hebraist.us.